All right. Hello, everyone. Krista Lindquist here, your traveling intuitive guide, card reader, and yoga teacher, and first time author of the Daisy Diaries. And I'm here doing a special interview with one of my a few gurus and mentors that makes an appearance in the book and had a huge influence and impact on my spiritual path and my journey throughout the story. So I'd like to introduce you here to Tara Nolan, who previously having 15 years in corporate management and top sales performance, followed by another decade as a world traveling yogi, leading transformation retreats and trainings. Tara combines her experience in corporate business, cultural awareness, extensive yoga teacher trainings, and spiritual study to take a holistic approach to modern business. She guides high achievers to define success on their own terms and rise with ease and flow, not stress and struggle. And let me tell you, that's certainly what I needed when I crossed paths with Tara along my own journey. Now, Tara has truly found her gift in guiding others to find their purpose, step into their power, and create their ideal life. And let me tell you, that's exactly what she helped me with. So, Tara, of the 20-year timeline captured in the Daisy Diaries, we first met relatively recently, 18 years into my story. That was back in early January 2019 when I did not yet know how divinely timed our meeting was on my spiritual path. Now, what was your first impression of meeting me?
Well, just to let everyone know, first of all, thank you so much for having me. I'm honored to be a part of your interview here online, but I'm also honored to have been a part of your journey. It has been amazing to watch you grow. And I actually met you, Krista, in a non-business setting where I least expected to be talking about business or meeting a future client and mastermind member of ours. We were skiing at a local ski hill, and a mutual friend introduced us, and it was really kismet because as you were sharing where you were at in life, I had gone down a similar journey. You had just left corporate America, you were studying yoga, searching for something, and here you were, you're very vivacious, friendly, optimistic, and yet very clearly intelligent and success-driven woman. So all of that was there. But at the same time, I knew you were a little bit even lost and searching for what was next. You were excited for the next chapter of your life, but you weren't sure what that was. There was a lot of uncertainty, and maybe like you hadn't landed, like been grounded within yourself as to who you really are. You weren't as grounded in authenticity. And I remember thinking, she needs to work with me. I can help this woman. And it's interesting how our paths grew from there.
Exactly. And what blows my mind about that is that you were so right. I didn't even know it yet at that time. So go figure. It took me, you'll read all the details in the Daisy Diaries, but it took yet another year of my own soul searching and business building before I finally reached out and contacted you to work with you. And once I did, I knew without a doubt that you were exactly who I needed to work with. So how did you know that you wanted to work with me?
Well, first of all, thank you. And thank you for always trusting me on your journey. It is a lot to put your, trust and your life and your future, in a coach to help guide you. And I guess I knew because one, we had walked similar paths. I had just gone before you. So it feels so good to be able to help someone not make the same mistakes you made, to believe in yourself, to know it's possible. And I remember leaving corporate America being really afraid and excited at the same time. There's a lot of fear about how is it going to work, and yet anticipation and hope for what's to come and for the new life that you're creating. But you don't know how you're going to create that new income generation and how your life's going to look. You and I had so much really in common in that way. We had both suffered some loss. We had both been through the corporate and the yoga journey. We were business savvy, strong women, but still had a spiritual side. And it was always so clear what potential you had within you, but I knew you just had to find your way, like all these different paths, and what was going to be the way that connected most with your heart and your authenticity.
Something in my heart rang true with that too. Like I knew, and and you're thanking me for me trusting you. It's like it just felt right. When these divine meetings happen, when you meet people in your life that are meant to be there and meant to really help you can just feel it in your soul. And I always felt that so strongly with you. And I just feel so glad that you felt a similar way, that it just clicked, it made sense. And I recognize that too, that you were someone that walked a very similar path and you're ahead of me and you're the perfect person to kind of work under. And so over the last 2 years since then, I deeply invested myself into your soul calling success coaching programs, mastermind program, even your yoga teacher training, where I took a second one year, and then I even came back to mentor your program the following year. And through all of this, there was so much profound change and growth within me. But were there times where you saw me holding myself back?
Yes, there were so many times. That is the whole point of a coach, I think, that you can't see from the inside what you can see from the outside. There was always a little bit of a foggy lens or a block of like what was possible in your life. And, when you wanted to completely change your life, and I don't know how much I should share. I don't want to give away anything in the book, but at one point,
don't worry, all the details are there.
Okay, well, at one point, leaving your home to go on a, journey across the country and do that as a single mother with your daughter and know that it's possible. Your heart was yearning for this kind of adventure and this time for self-discovery. But at the beginning, you couldn't have imagined it was possible because you had so many views around you from family, society, from being in corporate and climbing the ladder. There were so many ways that you should be living, and that you had others' expectations kind of weighing on you. And so our work in the transformation tribe and coaching you was really just to not drown out those voices and say, what's in your heart? Love all of the people around you for sure, but you got to love you and see what you really want. So I did see some blocks about the potential of what you could create, and coming into yourself as an intuitive and really like owning that. What a different crazy life for you after you had been in corporate.
Oh, absolutely. I know. And now thinking, I mean, you certainly did like help pull my light further out of me. I felt like I had already come so far in my spiritual journey and leaving corporate and starting this spiritually based yoga business. And it's just amazing how much I even changed over that time in coaching with you, and how much more clear I got on where my true gifts lie and what I really need to offer and serve to the world. And I'm just curious, what changes have you seen in me over this time since we first met?
Oh my gosh, I saw you become so much more authentic. I think you became so much more deeply fulfilled. And just before, there was such a sense of still trying to please the world around you with anyone you spoke to. You're such a good-hearted and giving person. But there was like some of it was almost like there was a little bit of a shield over your face with this beautiful smile all the time. And it just became so much more authentic. You just settled into who you really are and stopped caring about all this. You stopped caring about, you were supposed to have the perfect figure and the perfect job and the perfect, just like attitude about everything. And that's such it made you, it made you a beautiful you, but it's like, were you suffering as a result of it? And I saw you just let that go and shine so much brighter and have so much more to give, because you became authentic with your giving.
Thank you so much for that. And I can't thank you enough for how much you helped support me and really stepping into my authentic self. And again, the story tells it all, and really this kind of peeling away of, these old layers, the old masks that I used to wear, and thinking, of what I thought my happiness and my purpose was supposed to look like. And you really helped peel that away and help my real truth shine. And I'm so excited to share that part of the story. I have and always will consider you a great mentor, role model, and friend in my life. And you created such a major impact on my spiritual and career path that I really can't wait for all the details to be shared in the release of the Daisy Diaries. And now that it's finally ready for publication, what do you think readers will enjoy and gain most from reading my story?
Well, I think readers may be able to see where they're holding themselves back and where they're doing the same thing. They're following the norms and expectations of society and family and career and partners. And as a person, if you watch someone else do it, whatever it is, it's possible. So I believe the Daisy Diaries can be so inspiring for anyone who wants to live life on their own terms, who wants to tap into their own higher potential, who wants to define, success on their own terms, to basically find greater happiness in life. And really to see the limitations that you broke through will help them see those limitations that they have in their own lives. If I could bring up one more example, there was a time that you had a limitation around even dating, and you were not interested in meeting anyone or dating at all. And we look at the whole approach of the whole picture, I should say, of your life, your business, your finances, your environment, and romance and spirituality, all of it. It's, I call it the wheel of life. And that's really what we coach on, is the whole thing. And romance was something that wasn't there for you. And you said, oh, I don't care about that. I don't care about that right now. I'm fine. And I just knew that there was this block around you. You have such a beautiful heart, and you have so much love to give, and you give so much love to everyone that's in your presence. Why would you not want to share that with an amazing partner? And I remember having you, guiding you to get on a dating app, even though you could have had a limiting belief that you were traveling the country and there was no way to meet anyone when you're moving around. But we broke through that limiting belief by saying you can meet anyone anywhere. And when you opened up to that, you move forward.
It was so much fun. Like, what a game changer. I honestly completely forgot what I was missing out on. And again, I can't wait to share all of those fun details with you too. I mean, my goodness, the spiritual journey within the Daisy Diaries and all of the stories that unfold, from romance to just finding your purpose, your relationships with your parents, with other loved ones, with parenting, the single mom struggle, the career finding, the finding your place in society. There are so many threads that weave throughout this whole story. I cannot wait for it to be shared with all of you. And I cannot wait to share the details of my experience with Tara. Tara, thank you so much for taking the time to have this discussion with me. For those of you that are curious and learning more about her programs, we'll share the link in the description. So be sure to check that out, and stay tuned for more from Tara and I coming soon.
Yes, thank you so
Thank
much
you,
for
everyone.
having me. And absolutely check out the Daisy Diaries, because it will blow your mind to see what this powerful woman has created. And please, if you're interested in finding some help with coaching, please check out transformationtara.com. And you'll want to know what happened in that story after she started on the dating app. So that's going to be revealed in the book, right?
Yes, you are going to want to know. I know, no spoiler alerts here, but I mean, man, it's magical, the things that happen when you open yourself up to it. And I owe Tara a great deal for helping, me in that part of my journey and helping me do just that. So if you haven't yet, you can also sign up for the wait list for the Daisy Diaries. You can go to www.thedaisydiariesbook.com and get signed up right away. And with that, it's coming soon. Thank you so much. We can't wait to share the story. Daisy Diaries. And thank you again, Tara Nolan, for your time.
Thank you.